Now we're not actually taking this meat with us on this trip because we have a lot of food on the other side, but most trips, I would say 4 out of 5 trips we go on, that's not the case.
Hello.
So I'm trying to figure out how to fit all these dumbbells in these luggage.
How many carry-ons do you have? How many check-on bags?
Not enough for all these dumbbells.
Is this how bodybuilders and strongmen and general strength athletes travel?
Bodybuilders always travel with a complete set of dumbbells, at least up to 150
And one
pounds.
rice cooker, minimum.
One rice cooker. Oftentimes, they will purchase the rice cooker on the other side and then just abandon it for 25 bucks at Walmart. Rice cooker there for a week. You do the math, $5 a day to cook your rice. It's a good deal. You got to do your math that way when you're looking at appliances. But today we are packing to go on a trip, and here's a couple quotes for you. One, the bigger your back, the bigger your pack. Or the bigger your back, the bigger you pack. Or the bigger your back, the bigger you'll pack. I don't know which one's your favorite. Comment below.
I thought you were going to do the bigger your back, the bigger your sack.
Yeah. All right, so this is what we're at, all right?
All right.
I don't understand what is with people and their packing peen, trying to pack as light as possible, like it's bragging rights, and just sitting there and criticizing and judging people and shaming them for packing a lot of stuff. Look, this is my job. I have to pack big because we're taking a lot of props with us. We're taking things. This is part of the job. If I didn't have to do this, packing would be easier.
I mean, this is absurd at this level.
Oh yeah, but you got to ask yourself, like, what is the problem with people having to figure out and rack their brains trying to pack as little as possible? What is the big inconvenience? What is the drawback here?
Well,
Sam?
I mean, what about thru hikers like your dad? Remember, he used to measure down to the ounce, like his spoons and
that's
stuff?
different. If you're through hiking the Appalachian Trail and you're having to carry everything with you for 18 miles a day for 3 months straight, maybe you're gonna figure out, hey, maybe I can drill some holes in my toothbrush to save some weight here. You know what I mean? Like, this is the level they get down to. They weigh everything down to the gram. We're at this point here where it's like the only inconvenience is literally going from your car or the Uber to your checked bag station in the airport. Okay, so there's different ways you can get there. Step back, Sam. You got to show this stuff. They don't
Well, you
got to
actually
They want to look at this stuff as I talk. They don't want to look at my nostrils. You know what I mean? So, and you check your bag in, and then you're good.
You might lose your bag though.
All right, you might lose your one fucking bag when you packed, your little one check bag. You can lose anything on travel, right? If you're gonna lose one thing, you're probably gonna lose everything. Okay, but look. Like, you're running around an airport, it's not a big deal. Your bags are checked in, you get on the other side, you can get carts. The only problem with packing a lot of stuff like this is if you don't show up to the airport early. If you try to time it down to the minute, you'll be running around with a bunch of bags. Yeah, it's stressful, but just show up an hour early. Is that hour really that important to you? You have tons of hours, weeks ahead of time to do all the shit you want to do before you travel. Get to the airport early, lower your cortisol, lower your stress, let's get packing. I like to think of this as the opposite of one of those decluttering shows on HGTV. So usually they start with a blank slate and they start to fill the room back up with stuff. So they take everything out and then they put the essentials back in.
So this is the opposite of like Marie Kondo.
Exactly. You're gonna start with everything and work your way backwards and simplify it. Okay, so start with everything and then make it simpler. Things should be as simple as possible, but no simpler than that. So every time I pack, I start with everything and I just remove things. When I get back, it all goes back into the pile, and then every trip from then on, I just remove what I don't need and add things I need for that particular trip. That way, I don't have to remember things because by default, I have everything.
So you have duplicates of things.
I do, I have redundancy, so. Shirts, shoes, swimwear, another pair of shoes, shirts, pants, underwear, and socks. When I go on a trip, when I get back, these go in a laundry machine and then they go right back in the bag. I do not pack clothes. I spend 0 time packing clothes. It's the same things every time, unless it's a particular outfit I need for a particular trip. Everything that is my travel wearables stays in this bag, gets washed, goes right back in the bag. I don't mix it with things. I'm done packing my clothes. That's how long it took. It took me, what, like no time? Here, here's some short shorts. They go in there. Done, packed. Okay, over here. So this is like my clothes pack, okay? This is where I start packing like luxury things and things that are more suitable for the job. I got my CPAP, I got my 2 fans because they help me sleep at night. I got my weight scale, okay?
Body weight.
Body weight. Cream of rice because it's kind of hard to find sometimes. A lot of places don't have
Especially when you go to like a bodybuilding show, all the rice cakes and cream of rice are gone.
You go to a bodybuilding event.
Like the Olympia?
Yeah, it's so funny. You go to any grocery store that's close to the venue and go to the rice cake section. It is just
barren.
Gone. It is hilarious. So that's the one dry good I pack. You can pack some protein powder too if you want, but I typically buy my dry carbs on the other side, but I take a couple with me. The last few trips I haven't taken this, but I got a keyboard here.
Why?
Because it's hilarious, okay? But I'm actually not taking that, so I'm gonna put that in this bin over here. Okay.
So
that bin right there, that's the stuff I'm removing that I don't need from this trip. It's gonna go in that bin. When I get back, it goes back into all these bags. So, for example, this is my powerlifting uniform. If I happen to be doing any power lifts on any particular trip, everything's ready to go. But on this particular trip, I'm not actually powerlifting, so that one's going in the crate. When I get back, it'll go back in my gym bag, okay? Coming back to this over here, a couple extra things that are a lot of fun to pack, other than food scale, weight scale, things like that, to keep track of body metrics and vitals along the way, blood pressure cup, if you're having to control your blood pressure. Mine's controlled, so I don't have to measure it this time. A couple kitchen essentials. Got some nice meat scissors. Very, very useful. Highly recommend. Probably one of the...
We'll need to check.
Yes, this is definitely a check bag thing. Can opener, vegetable peeler, a couple ceramic knives. These are my favorites. I've been eating out of these for like 3 or 4 years. They're amazing. Have you never seen this type of bowl before? The Pride Foods sells them. They're the cream of rice brand, but you can probably find a few on Amazon as well. They're kind of hard to find, but gosh, they're the best, man. They're the best for microwaving oatmeal cream of rice. Okay, so in this bag...
What about the top there? Because there's a lot of interesting things.
Well, these are condiments and stuff. You eat a hell of a lot of Splenda, Sam, so we got like a big bag of Splenda, some soy sauce, athletic greens, garlic salt, some instant coffee packets, stuff like that. Basically, things to flavor bland meals.
We found that traveling with the sauce packets, which you can buy online, was a lot easier, and it led to a lot less spills in the bag.
Let's say soy sauce, for example. You're traveling with a bottle of freaking soy sauce. You could buy it on the other side, sure, but you're probably only going to drink a little bit of the bottle. You can also just get the packets. I got a couple packets of soy sauce.
And they sell different things like olive oil, hot sauce, soy sauce, mustard, ketchup, of course.
You'd be surprised the number of things they put in condiment
A1.
packets that you don't know. Yeah, A1 sauce. You want a lot of these plastic bags. Just stuff them in there. Trash bags. Big garden black trash bags in a hotel room. When you're a bodybuilder and you're eating out of that room a lot, you want big trash bags. Okay. So we also have my hoodie, camera equipment, which you're holding the camera right now. I don't check this in. I typically load my last few meals in here for the day. Unrefrigerated. Meals can go unrefrigerated for a good 8 or 9 hours. I don't understand this 6-pack bags, wolf pack bags philosophy thing where people have to put ice packs on their little freaking meals. It's so stupid. And I don't understand why all their meals are in like separate containers. Dude, it's the same meal 3 times. Just throw it in a big container. Don't refrigerate it. Stuff it in your bag and eat it. It'll be fine.
Eat a third.
You're not gonna get sick. What'd you say, Sam?
Well, if it's 3 meals, you eat a third, right? Never mind.
This is my tech backpack. It's got my laptop and stuff in there. So this is how, oh look, how convenient. 15 pounds of trifecta meat, all ready for a trip. You see that?
Yep. Lovely.
Okay, it's basically in a trash bag. So 15 pounds means I know how much it weighs when I weigh my luggage and finish off. There you go. It's all frozen. Do you think it's really gonna thaw out that quick? No, it probably needs to thaw out. I need to leave it out. So then I'll just zip this up, all right?
And you weigh your bags before you go.
I do. So what you wanna do is before you go to the airport, to save yourself time not having to use their weighing things, you're gonna use, ta-da, socks for some reason. This. Now, we're not actually taking this meat with us on this trip because we have a lot of food on the other side, but most trips, I would say 4 out of 5 trips we go on, that's not the case. It happens to be 58 pounds, so really what I'm gonna do is start to rebalance these 2 bags, and that'll get me where I need to go. We got 2 of these guys. Yep, we got this dude, which is gonna be filled with food and other stuff that I want before we go. Bam, goes like this. Camera case, and we'll be carrying that one. Backpack, there we go. The last thing is my gym bag. All right, and this is the smallest, lightest bag I have. And this time I'm actually gonna use this duffel bag as kind of a vessel in and out, depending on what I'm taking. This trip in particular, I'm taking a few gifts for my friends. So I have some Juji pants for my friend. I'm gonna throw that in there. We're gonna take a couple big PPs. Yeah.
Yep.
With us. I'll take some coffee for my dad. And all the other stuff is just common gym stuff. You know, your belt, your wraps, your straps. How many people need to do video on that, for God's sake? I'm actually taking my rollerblades with me this time because I do want to rollerblade while I'm there. There's some nice places to rollerblade where we're going. This bag, we go on top of this bag, and I'll take these big bags and I'll be running around, you know, everywhere. With this all zipped up, you know, like this. Now it looks absurd, but the moment you check your bag in, I'm gonna be left with just like one bag. And then the other side, I'll take my checked bags, I'll load up at the car, I'll get shuttled to a hotel or wherever I'm staying. This time we're staying with my parents, and that's it. So it's really easy to travel with a lot of stuff if you need to. If you don't need to, then you don't need to, unless you want to, okay? So that's it, that's how you travel as a big guy. I understand a lot of people sit there and criticize others for the amount of stuff they take on trips. And there's a lot of travel videos from bodybuilders. They're the best in the world at doing this because it is the absolute hardest sport to be involved in
While traveling.
while traveling. The eating is very difficult. This is why they buy microwaves, rice cookers, they take over hotel rooms, they have meals sent to them, and they have friends on the ground wherever they're landing to help source things they need or get things together, whether it's a ride, whether it's a meal, whether it's a gym, you know, all these different things that people need wherever they're going. Pre-plan ahead of time, but a good packing system like this that has everything included, meaning every time you start, you're just removing things. It's the best way to do it. And honestly, when you're sitting in a hotel room and you got everything you need and you're well equipped, there's no excuse. It's like, you can't look back and be like, oh man, I really wish I had this or that. Or it's like, what's the inconvenience of going from a car to a checked baggage kiosk? You know, it's 3 minutes of your time. Show up early, walk slowly, take a deep breath, it's over. All right, so, got any questions about travel? Let me know, comment below. Hope you like these videos from the IFBB AMA Ask Me Anything channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. This stuff should probably be in the middle of the video, but you know what, it's the end of the video. You've watched it this far. So, thank you guys for watching, and we're about to go on a trip, right, Sam?
Yep.
All right, let's go.